better, feeling better all the time. Oh, I'm feeling better all the time. Yes, I'm feeling better all the time. 'Cause I am truly blessed. That's it. I'm feeling better all the time. Oh, I'm feeling better all the time. Yes, I'm feeling better all the time. 'Cause I am truly blessed. One more time. I'm feeling better all the time. Oh, I'm feeling better all the time. Yes, I'm feeling better all the time. 'Cause I am truly blessed. Yeah. All right, and now we have God is my source, I believe. Yeah. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. One more time. God gives me everything I need. Thank you for singing along.
Good morning again. I'm excited to see what I do. So this is a joy to be with all of you this morning. We're very blessed to be here on this wonderful planet. So we've done our 2 community songs. So again, good morning. We're at Sierra Center for Spiritual Living, and my name is Reverend Barb Walley. I am feeling very blessed to be with some longtime friends and all of you new friends. It's a joy, and I didn't know God was calling me back to the Science of Mind to be here. I live near Ananda. I also have been a meditator for many years, and I'm just feel very blessed and at home with the Science of Mind, of course, because I've been a minister for a long time. And we are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. And we aspire to live authentic spiritual lives through the practical application of the Science of Mind. That's one of the best things about this teaching. It's very real, and anybody can relate to it. We engage in sacred practices that uplift our spirit, deepen our awareness, and ignite our soul's self-expression. We demonstrate active compassion to ourselves and each other and the world, and we experience meaningful contribution through giving generously of our time, our talents, and our treasures. We intentionally promote our community and our teachings, and we hopefully express the joy of this teaching until you're here and with all of us and the wonderful souls that we attract. You just don't have a clue about how wonderful this teaching is. So, what's alive in you today? Hopefully it's joy and just gratitude, peace, well-being, friendship, love. We'll have a heavy dose of that. So, we want to welcome our guests. Is there anyone new here this morning? Well, we're all here, and we're just going to open our hearts, so we are attracting all kinds of new people. If they knew how wonderful our teaching is, they would just be running here. So you never know. So I won't welcome our guests since we don't have any new ones, but I'll welcome everyone because you matter. Even this cute little four-legged, adorable baby that I'm attracted to. I'm a major dog person, in case you didn't notice that. So our announcements. Now I'll invite my dear friend to come up and make the announcements. Mary Lou, my other dear friend. And Liliana, would you come up and do our candle lighting? They're right here. There's one.
You have to say why she's lighting. No, you, Barb.
Okay.
There's a written thing between each of these.
Okay. Okay, well, this is obviously my first time. You guys get to see how clumsy I can be. You're doing great. We light this candle to celebrate the unity of all people, all faiths, and all life. And so it is. So we are a praying community. We are lavender prayer request sheet. We have lavender prayer request sheets. Oh boy, I feel very competent. In the seats behind you, and place your completed sheet. Yeah, I'm going to get fired if I don't. I ran a church for 15 years. It's hard to believe. Place completed prayer sheets in the box to the left of the door. Prayer is available after service with a practitioner, our wonderful practitioner. And we want to welcome guests, even though there are no new ones. We'll welcome you cosmically so that you show up next time. Okay, so announcements. Mary Lou, thank you.
Hi, my name is Mary Lou Knapp, and I have a few announcements for today. We have our double issue of the Science of Mind magazine available for sale in the foyer. So it has the September and October.
October's really special because it's all Ernest Holmes. It's really wonderful.
And October is real special in our Science of Mind magazine. It's all Ernest Holmes. I've really been enjoying it every day. We also have our Love Wins Choose Love bumper stickers for sale in the foyer for our love offering, and that's a fundraiser. We also have our Refresh the Sanctuary Fund. We have a poster over to the left of the stage. We've got our new wall, and we're working on some other improvements. Thanks very much to Sandy Devine for that. And on the 13th, Friday the 13th, we're going to have Movie with the Minister, which will be only by Zoom. It's my Octopus Teacher, and there's a suggested donation of $5 for that. There's a trailer for the movie, and the donation links can be found on our website and in our weekly newsletter. So let's watch that. I've heard that's a wonderful movie. And then our Sacred Circle Dance will meet on Monday, October 16th, from 10:30 to noon, and that's at Condon Park. And you can contact Judy Silverman for details. Now we're working on our new minister selection committee, and here's the news from that. We would love for you to be a part of creating the future of our beloved center. We're looking for about 8 people to serve on our new minister search committee. If you're interested, please email office@sierracenter.org with the following information. So we need you to be a member of the center and to tell us how long you have been a member. Have you taken any Science of Mind classes? That can include the Quick Start class for new members. And if you can't remember if you've taken classes, we can help you verify that. We want you to be a team player, to get along with committee members in a cooperative way, to be a good listener, and to be able to resolve conflict in a positive manner. We would want you to have a strong commitment to be a part of this process, including the necessary time commitment, which we estimate to be 2 or 4 hours a month. Can you commit to putting in the time needed? Finally, please tell us how Science of Mind has changed your life. Why are you here at the center? Please submit your email to office@Sierra by October 16th. This is a very exciting time for our center, and we encourage you to be a part of this very important effort. And over on the foyer counter, there are copies of this for anyone who's interested. Thank you so much.
So we have a community song. That's right. Well, it's a good thing he knows.
All right, we're gonna sing the chorus from "One Love" by Bob Marley. You guys ever hear of Bob Marley? Okay, good. I was saying how I used to hitchhike around the country, and I stayed at a lot of college dorms. And at that time, everybody had the best of Bob Marley CD. Like they could have the heavy metal and Bob Marley, or all kind of Pink Floyd and Grateful Dead and Bob Marley, or pop music and Bob Marley. Okay, One Love. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. One love. morning.
Good morning. I'm Shara Banbury. I'm your practitioner for the day, and I'm going to do the sacred reading for you. Sorry. Clinking, clanking. Okay, today's reading is adapted from The Freedom of Choice by Linda Ori. Creator's love is unconditional. It is not bound by strings. Creator does not give the bird a voice, then tell it to sing. Creator does not give us wings to fly, then tell us where to go. Creator does not give us each a mind, then tell him what to know. Life is an experience. Each will choose their way. And if they make wrong choices, they'll come back to the self one day. But still they learn, be it difficult or not. Creator does not tell us what to learn, nor dictate how it's taught. And now is the time of our inward shift. Our community value today is inclusion. So the word inclusion is really overworked, don't you think? I mean, we hear it so often now. It's exclusion, and so it sort of takes on its own mantra. But I'm thinking about that this morning. I was thinking about my high school days. And I know we all have experience when we're young people that really impacts us for the rest of our lives. But for me, it was very special because my mother taught me to love everyone from the day I was born. That was the teaching. And so I did. And when I came to high school age, I got acknowledged for that. I got recognized by my classmates, and I felt like, wow, I never thought that anybody really noticed me, you know? But I realized it was because I had included everyone. There were cliques in my high school, you know, the popular girls, the cheerleaders, the football players, we've all been there. But for me, it was just everyone was important. And that has carried forward. So I still have contacts on Facebook from classmates that I've known since I was a little girl. And so that's about 75 years of friendships. And then I was also thinking about my service as a practitioner. I love to serve, and I love to do it at my own whim. So I show up when I feel like it. It's an inspiration. And I'm happy to be back here with Sierra Center on the first Mondays of the month. I've made a commitment, and it's my joy to serve. But I also serve on the Centers for Spiritual Living World Ministry of Prayer, which you can access if you go online to csl.org and /prayer. And this morning I was able to contact a man whose mother is back east, and he's in Arizona. And he told me that she was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and he wanted to know how to help her. And as I said the prayer with him, I began to feel a chill. I'm sure you've all felt something like that when you feel connected to spirit. It's like a moment when you really know and affirm in your own body what you feel. And I felt that because I could feel this woman's bright light. I could actually feel her without knowing her name, without knowing where she was, because there was no distance between us. And I also felt it for her son and daughter. So I felt like I was part of their family. I was included. And the prayer was so beautiful that came forward for that. And there was so much joy that we shared at the end of that prayer. And I have full knowledge that whatever Spirit has in store for this beautiful woman is just exactly the right thing. And I know that she's surrounded in love. And that's the joy of becoming a Science of Mind practitioner. That's the inclusivity. that is just of great, great value and power. So I wanted to share that with you, and now I'll ring the bowl 3 times, and we'll say 3 ohms, and then I'm going to go into a silent meditation for 5 minutes. So if you will just say the ohms with me, I'll really appreciate it, and after the prayer, I will say a prayer after the meditation. What? Bell. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I said that, yeah. Oh, I did. Oh, yeah. Ohms and bells. Rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. She will have music wherever she goes. That's Ride a Cock Horse to Banbury Cross, and I'm a Banbury, so I know that well. is eternal life. That life that breathes itself into creative ideas, into manifestations in form, into all the microcosms and macrocosms that exist in our perceptions are part of that one spirit. It is all powerful, it is all good, and it is ever present. I claim and know for myself and each one here in this beautiful little space this morning, whether it's in someone's home, in someone's universal experience, or if it's in this edifice, I know that it is always present. I know that I am part of that oneness, and each one is part of the whole. And so as this form that we have is expressing itself, we know that it is a temporary condition of life's expression. But we are also aware that in spirit, we also are eternal, that our lives are part of the one life. And knowing this to be true, we can claim all power, all good health and wellness and wealth, abundance in every aspect of our lives, and wholeness and completeness. We don't have to be anything other than who we are. We are individual expressions of spirit. So any ideas that come that say that we are not enough, that we don't have enough, that we are not well enough, are all just fake news. That's right. Don't believe it. It's not the truth. And I know that each one of us knows this as part of this practice in this wonderful science of mind. I'm so grateful for the ministers who serve, for all of the people who step forward to serve, for the beauty that surrounds us in our friendships and the love in our hearts. I know that these are healing aspects for the whole world as we reach out and love others, as we love ourselves. I find great joy in knowing that God is always with me. I find love, and I am never alone. I am interconnected with my community and my extended community and people all over the world, and all of the animals on the earth, and all of the beings in the depths of the oceans and waters, and out there into the spaces and universes. I have my own little part to play. It's got the approval stamp of God. I'm happy with it. And I claim this happiness for each one hearing this message. I'm so grateful to know this truth, to be a part of this practice, to share this with others. As I speak my word into divine mind, I know that the soul of our being is that divine consciousness that keeps us always present in the moment and able to manifest exactly whatever is needed. And so I know this truth abounds, fills all the spaces and removes anything unlike itself. And so it is. So now I'm going to say our affirmation, and if you would like to say it after I do, I would love to have you do that. I am open to possibility as I discover multiple perspectives. I am open to possibility as I discover multiple perspectives. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce again our musician, Jared, who is always very spiritual in his performance. Thank you, Jared.
This song's called Have You. Have you ever felt all alone? Have you ever felt all on your own? The truth is, you are not alone. And the truth is, we are not alone. Have you ever felt true love? Have you ever felt your soul at peace? Well, if so, you are truly blessed. And if so, then forget all the rest. As I sit here on my own, and I let my thoughts gently form into song. But I know that I am lasting, truly blessed now. So I forget all the rest.
Oh, this is so much fun. My topic today is rising above discomfort. Look at what an opportunity I've been given. Embracing our inner power. The Science of My magazine topic for today is Let Us Rise. And we all have an opportunity every time something comes up. Okay. To let us rise. Okay. And now I even get an opportunity to experience what my topic is about, discomfort. Isn't it fun? So to avoid sharing my issues with you, and I know you're just dying to hear them, and belly aching about some recent tough times, Divine Love invited me to do my best to bring forth Dr. Holmes' wisdom instead of my woulda, coulda, shouldas. Although that song brought me to tears. I'm going, oh, great. Let me just go up there with tears coming down my face. How do you and I effectively rise above and transcend the challenges that we might be facing on the earth, with us individually or personally or collectively? We can always decide at any moment to shift our gears. You know, it doesn't seem like that sometimes, but we can, because there's a power for good in the universe, and if we choose to, and if we apply it, we can use it. So the drama began, I'm sure you're dying to know this part of the story, when I started to prepare my talk for today. And it was a lot earlier than usual because of some challenges going on at my house. My computer wasn't working. And I wasn't getting a signal. And of course, I got just very neurotic about it. And I wasn't happy. And I thought, okay, this is a really good time to do a prayer. Isn't that a novel idea? So instead of being stuck, my sanity reached my mind, and I thought, okay, I'm going to open my mind to something better. And something is going to happen that's going to make a difference, and I'm going to get everything I need instead of feeding what I didn't need, which was feeling limited and incapable of handling the situation. So the truth is, I was receiving a gift. And that was yet to be revealed. So it takes a clear awareness when something like that happens to ask ourselves, what's in my way right now? What do I need to discover about myself that I'm not seeing, or I'm not relating to it? And instead of getting caught in my stinking thinking, which I was doing very well at the moment, but it was blocking my higher intentions. So I had to step back. I go, okay, let's be a practitioner right now and do a treatment for yourself. And isn't it amazing? It worked. And I was able to rise above my own discomfort. And I was able to shut down the consequences that appeared to be that someone else had control of my computer, which is the person who owns the computer system where I live. And I decided that something wonderful was happening, and I didn't know what it was. So I got my talk, and I went over to a place near where I live, and I talked to a friend, and she printed out my talk. And that's how easy it was handled. But sometimes we're so easily caught up in the appearances that we don't go any further. And it's stuck in stinking thinking. So I clearly was not rising above my own thoughts. I've been in this teaching for a long time. I really believe in this teaching. I really do. I've seen it work so many times for so many people, not only the people in my community for 15 years, but friends. Will call me and ask me to do a treatment, and I just did it because I believed in it. I know it works. So in the Science of Mind magazine, page 41, there's a line that I read after meditating. It said, "The great are great only because we are on our knees." True. If we don't surrender to spirit when we've got a problem, and I don't have to literally be on my knees, but that's not a bad idea if you're resisting something. To sit, the humility that comes up when we're not facing the possibilities that are beyond your limited thinking. So Dr. Holmes said, what he said was right there with me. And once again, he helped me see that I was temporarily frustrated. Clearly I was, because I didn't want to give up my plans. And that's when I saw what was really going on. Okay, I thought I wasn't stubborn anymore. Well, hello. I just realized, I go, okay, so now you can have an adventure. You don't know how this is going to end up. But almost as quickly as I drove down to the place where I could get help, immediately my friend said, oh, no problem. I can print that out. And of course, I still had a little bit of holding on to, well, I'll try to rise above it. Maybe the Lord will help me. And immediately, my girlfriend handled it, and it was printed out. And so I realized, okay, the real thing that was happening here was I was given a gift. And I was given the gift to transcend my stinking thinking again. I go, oh, we haven't gotten over this yet in this lifetime. And I would have, probably if you'd asked me, I would have told you, oh, no, I don't do that anymore. Well, I really didn't think I did. And all it took was not getting my talk printed out when I had to speak today, and I didn't like it, and I didn't like being frustrated, and I wanted it all to go smoothly, and that's not what the universe was showing me. It was showing me that there's possibilities all the time, no matter what, and that there's a power for good in the. So I just put up the red stop sign, and I said, okay, no more limited thinking. No more blame game. I'm not going to let this energy just sabotage my well-being, and I was going to have a terrible day that day if I would have stayed stuck with that, but I didn't. So magically, soon after I did, my computer screen came back on, and my talk was right there, and I didn't lose anything, and it wasn't even that good at that point, but I didn't want to lose it. And I didn't want to let go of it. And so gratefully it all worked out. Dr. Holmes reminds us that our spiritual awakening is about transcendence of our own thoughts. I'm going to say that again. Dr. Holmes said that our transformation is about the transcendence of our own thoughts. So when we're stuck, and I was stuck right then, and I caught myself, I'd go, interesting that you went to that old habit of thinking that there was nothing was going to work out, and I'm not going to be able to have a talk, and then I have to come and explain to you why I wasn't ready. And I thought, oh my goodness. So those old stinking thinking was an opportunity for me to displace an old thought system that I hadn't given up at some level. And I had to really do a treatment for myself to calm myself down, to stop getting so upset. I had my talk printed out, and when I was still carrying it. So I said to myself, if our hearts and minds are open, if I'm really available for a greater potential here, then something wonderful is going to happen, and I'll even be able to add even more good thoughts to my talk instead of staying stuck. So Dr. Holmes said that no matter how many believe in fear or a problem, that was definitely what I was doing, believing in a problem, whoever is able to see a more perfect image has the potential to change it. That's why we say, change your thinking, change your life. Change your thinking about a circumstance, and it will shift. That's the truth. And it works all the time. And we only have an obstacle in our way because we've fed it. We've believed it. We let it just rattle our, whatever it is that gets rattled. And I didn't realize how close I was to just being triggered if my talk wasn't printed out on time, according to the way I like to have it. Because I usually go over my talk a few times before I'd come and show up, so I don't look quite as silly and stupid as I have been today. And who cares about that? I was human about it. I believe we're being called individually and collectively to rise above all the chaos that's going on in the planet. And if we can't get beyond little silly things that happen to us individually, why do we think that there's a greater possibility that we can rise above and that we can create a world that works for everyone? I believe we can. I believe we will. And I believe we're on the precipice of something radically that is going to shift our planet. We need it to happen. We need this greater good to come about for the highest good of everyone. So right thinking helps us rise, and right actions help us build the emotional and the physical energy. The physical energy that is a field that brings the greater potential of success to us. And who brings that? Our higher self. It's always there inside us. It never leaves, so we have to rise above it. But if we don't change our thinking, if we don't at least have a peekaboo at something that we know that treatment works, if affirmation works, then we're not going to get into this more expansive presence. And that's what we're really doing here today. We're getting ourselves ready so that we can be more emotionally available to the divine circuits. That's what it's about. That's really what the talk's about. And those things are not quite as obvious to us as circumstances and situations where we have little crashes along the way. We're kind of comfortable in some kind of awkward way with some of those things. They're a habit as a collective. And I believe we're being called to a greater presence on the planet now. And you are prepared for it. I'm prepared for it. We're all prepared for it because it's the highest good and it's within us. We've been created in the image and likeness of God. Not, let me find all the mistakes that God made along the way and we get to demonstrate those. Isn't that fun? That's not what the plan was. The plan was to become realized. The plan was to open up and know that God is within us, that light is within us, that love is within us. And we have it in our nature already. And yes, there's going to be situations that come up, just like I had the great opportunity to find out that there was another way to print out my talk besides my own printer that isn't working, and my computer that's falling apart, and all these other things that I was feeling frustrated over because my computer's not working as well either. And now I'm in, all these things. You don't need the details. You don't want to hear it anyway, do you? So the highest God and the innermost God is the one and only God. It's the source of all that is. And you and I have the opportunity to tune into that when we're slipping away and buying into delusions that are not true. So let's be aware and careful of when we find out we have stinking thinking in our mind and we need to catch it. Right then, we take a deep breath, say, okay, I was feeling hypersensitive about that. I'm worried about this or what. If we turn it over to the power for good that is within us and all around us, it will shift. It shifted quickly for me. The only one in my way was me. There was nothing. My computer wasn't having an issue with me personally. It's just old. And the same with my printer and a bunch of things. And the reality is that I may have to get a whole bunch of new things. And the blessing is that somehow or other, I will have what I need in order to do it, to get it. Because so was the truth. Dr. Holmes said that the highest God and the innermost God is one and the same God. It's operating for you and you and you and me and everyone else. When we treat and move our feet, it works. And the only reason why it won't is because we're feeding it's not going to work. So we have to realize that our own stinking thinking's in our way. So let's be more careful with this idea. Let's find our higher selves. I feel that that's what we're being called to, our higher selves. And our blessings and our power are speaking consciously with that divine purpose. And when we go to our source first, which of course I didn't, you'd think I would have. I do my treatments every day. I sit down and I meditate and I do my treatments, but I did my treatment superficially. And because I did, I wasn't open to a possibility. And then, of course, what happened? Crash. I crashed into my own stinking thinking. And so sometimes we don't recognize that we've done that. So this is what's important. Our teaching's a practice. Our teaching is a gift of divine consciousness. And when we do it and we use it, it's a miracle. It works. And I know that I'm not trying to make you feel somehow triggered by my chaos. It's a bad habit at the moment. And the reality is we all have moments that don't work. But if we do trust in the principles and apply them, they work because you're loved. You are loved by a power for good that's in the universe. You are deeply loved. And to realize that if we're not allowing that energy to feed us, then we're in our own way. And so I'm just trusting that something wonderful really is happening. And I know that that's true for our community. This community can triple in size. We'll have to have 3 services if we need to. Some of the people that have to do that, well, maybe not, you know. But if we need to, we'll put more chairs in. We can do this. It's meant to be. We've got a wonderful teaching. So in closing, we all encounter a mirror of our current level of integrity throughout our lives. And when we're not experiencing the joy of the truth, something comes up that wakes us up. So today, we are freeing. I'm challenging you to free yourself and forgive yourself if you've done something as wise as I had done the other day, or the back version of that, or the contradictory version of that, because I didn't plan to. Let me have a miserable day today. Let's see, how many things can I drive myself crazy with? So the truth is, we want joy. And as soon as I realized how that going after, opening my mind to something better, I was blessing the world, not just myself. Because I was opening up to something better. And that's what I want us to do today. I want us to open up that love is in us and all around us. And I want us to close with these ideas together. I want you to repeat after me. I want us to fill our planet and transcend the conflicting issues that we know are on the footsteps of our collective experience right now. And we don't want to trigger war. We don't want to feed the idea of war. We don't want to be in a war. We don't want to attract that to ourselves. We're going to attract the light that lighteth up the entire universe, and instead we're going to reach a higher level of collective consciousness. So that's how we're going to close the service today. So if you choose to, please repeat after me. The holy fire of God's desire is now expressed through me. I am here to raise the bar for love on this planet. An expanding awareness of abundance is now active in my consciousness. The realm of ever expanding good is my workplace and playground. My body is whole. My mind is free. And gratefully, I let it be. And so it is. Thank you very much. Now I know I'm supposed to do something. The music. Oh, that's easy.
Thank you for that wonderful talk. I can tell you've been doing that for a while. You think you're... I never know what song I'm going to sing until I get up here. I take this guitar in my hand, and I set forth a prayer across this land for peace everlasting, for joy sustaining, for love surpassing all human understanding. I take this guitar in my hand, and I set forth 1,000 prayers across this beautiful land for peace everlasting, for joy sustaining, for love surpassing all human understanding. Give me one good reason why we can't create a new world. Give me one good reason why we all can't live in peace. I'll give you one good reason why we want to try our best with this life that we've been given. For you know we want to live, and we want our children to live, and our children's 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 children. So I take this guitar in my hand, and I set forth a prayer across this land for peace everlasting, for peace everlasting, for peace everlasting, for peace ever. Thank you.
Okay, so this is a time of conscious giving. Please stand up, and we will affirm this prosperity affirmation together. Oh, it's so sweet. I'm a dog person, in case you haven't noticed that. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. either. Okay, so what it is I'm supposed to remind you of, it doesn't say that part.
Thank everybody who
Oh,
served today. Juanita,
thank you. I'm obviously just doing this for the first time. I want to thank everyone who contributed of your time and your talent, your treasure, and your wonderful skills. Thank goodness we have a great community of very competent people and our beautiful, sweet musician. Thank you so much. The music was beautiful. And I want to thank all of you just for being here, your consciousness, your love, your presence, because you matter. You really do, every single one of you. And I feel very blessed to be here. I felt it was a call. I didn't realize it at first when Julie and I had a long, and I've been friends for a long time, but somehow I have to give her credit. Something in her and the way we clicked, I just felt like, this is home. I didn't know why, couldn't explain it to myself, but it feels good to be here. So I feel very blessed, and all of you have an extraordinary day, whatever you do. And I'm supposed to remind you of something. What are you taking away with you today? Not talking away. I'm talking away. Joy. Gratitude. Inclusion. Health. Humbleness. Doggy love. Peace. Indeed. We definitely want a whole lot more of this peace. So I'm going to close with the benediction. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It's this thing called, what am I? Love, harmony.
you say what is love? It is this thing called love.
It's this thing called love.
It's this thing called love.
It's this thing called joy.
It's this thing called joy.
It's this thing called miracles.
It's this thing called miracles.
I know it.
I know it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I sense it.
I sense it.
Because I am it.
Because I am it.
And so are you.
So are you.
And so it is.
So it is.
Many blessings. Have a wonderful day.
All right, we're going to sing Feeling Better one more time so that we come out the way we started.
And blessings on your journey.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I am. This will be my last time here with you guys. I'm leaving for Hawaii on Thursday or Friday, and I will be gone. Thank you. And yeah, last week when I was here, I had a huge list of things I needed to do, like sell my truck and sell my instruments and get all my stuff, and all of that is done. So here I'm just celebrating. It's all good, and yeah, see you again probably in the spring maybe. And I'm feeling better all